Welcome to Hospitality Cost Controls. I'm Reba Haskell, and I will be your instructor for this course. In this video here, we're going to go over Canvas and the syllabus and just some information that you are going to need to be successful in this course. All right, so we are in the student view here. You shouldn't be seeing anything that is hidden from you. It just should be the view that you have. And the only difference is going to be the video that I'm recording now will be added in the future, right? All right, so let's go into our modules. There is a spot for the syllabus, but I'm going to pull it up from the modules. We see here we've got our information. First thing I'm going to go over here is the syllabus for fall. We'll go ahead. I'm just going to open that up and we'll go through it here. All right, so information about me. My office is 231J. That is behind the Waldorf Astoria Ballroom. Please feel free to come by and see me. I do teach several classes face-to-face on campus. My office hours are Wednesdays and Thursdays from 12 to 1. Now, if that's not available for you, please feel free to make an appointment via Teams or Zoom or come and talk to me in person. I will, in some of the announcements, I will post my cell number. You guys can feel free to text me between certain hours, and again, I will post that. I think that's probably if you're doing your homework and you need immediate answers, that might be the fastest response. And then I do encourage you guys to start like a group me for the class so that you guys can ask questions amongst each other. Just a little bit about me. I did start at the college in 2016. I have 20 years experience with Pappas Restaurants, working in a lot of different capacities for them, in most all areas of operations, working from different locations, mostly Pappasitos. And I also worked with, as an event planner with them for 8 years at Pappas Catering. Here at the college, I teach cost controls, I teach communications, I've taught management principles, I'm teaching food service management, and then I'm also the faculty advisor or the executive director for Gourmet Night, which is something I highly encourage you guys to take advantage of volunteering for and being a part of at some point during your college career. All right. So course objectives here, you guys can read them. I don't need to read them to you. Support materials, okay? If you like to have a physical textbook, this is the one that I teach out of, the Food and Beverage Cost Controls. It is not required. The information will be has been moved over to Blackboard, and it's available there. It's under the Articulate, and I'll show you that a little bit later. Again, if you like a physical textbook, if you are going to read it, go ahead and get it. It will line up with what we are teaching. But if you're just going to buy it to have it kind of sit on your desk, I wouldn't suggest that. I don't think it's worth the purchase for you. And then I do believe that there is a copy on reserve in the library. All right, let's go over how you're going to be graded in the course. We're going to have 3 exams over the course of the semester. These will be given online. They're not proctored, so they are open note. There is a format for them. Once we get closer to that date, there will be a video showing you how you're going to do these exams. But the questions are going to be mostly over all of the Excel that we do, the Articulate, and then the quizzes that we have as well. We do have weekly quizzes for each chapter. Each chapter has a multiple choice quiz. I do drop your lowest grade, and they're open for the entire week, and they're due Sunday at midnight. We'll have one paper. It is our real life application paper. For this, it's due later on in the semester, but it's going to require you to interview someone from the industry. So I would start getting an idea of who you'd like to interview now, so that you guys' schedules can line up. Especially if you're talking to people in the industry, as you get closer to November and December, their schedules get a little bit busier with the holidays. So I would plan that far in advance. That's going to be due sometime in November. So I would have an idea of who you want to speak to probably by October 1st. Then our largest grade is our case study project. I know this is an online class, but I do expect there to be some collaboration. This is a good project. It applies a lot of what you're learning into kind of creating your own business plan. If you would like to, if you see some names in the class list of people you recognize, or you just know they're in the class, reach out to me and let me know that you guys want to be on this in the same group. I will post the groups probably by the third week. Again, I'll put that in the announcements. But once it's posted, I'm not going to change it. I do understand sometimes it's harder to get in touch with people, but there will be a Teams page for this group. I can help you guys get in contact with each other, and we should all be using our U of H emails, so we should be able to find each other. It can be a good experience, and we'll work on it through the entire semester. All right, so you've got your quizzes, your exams, your life application, and then your case study project. And the grading scale is listed here. And then for our outline, we have everything we're going to do this here, week 1. The 8/27, all the dates here are the final day of that week. So everything should be done by the 27th. Okay, so for this week, you're going over the syllabus. You can do the Excel Kahoot, and then we have, again, the introduction of the class and the group project. I know it says discussion board here. Yes, so you'll just drop in a little bit about yourself. This, again, will help you see who's in the class, get oriented with them. If you have someone who is in a face-to-face class with you, and you suddenly realize you guys are taking the same online class, might be good to join a group with that person. All right, so we've got everything listed here, all the everything that's due. And just real quick, my late policy, I do accept late work for 50% credit for the full week after the assignment's due. So if you wake up and you realize you didn't do your assignment, go ahead and still complete it. You can still get 50% credit for it. If you start to get behind in this class, please contact me. We can work something out. We can still be successful in this class. Please contact me if you have any sort of issues, right? And then the rest of the syllabus here is just the general information from the university that you're going to see on every other syllabus that you get from another instructor. All right, let's go back to Canvas. All right, so we see how Canvas is broken down. We've got some project information here, which is in a different video. You can see there. I would suggest watching that. Then you're going to have the week ones, like all your weeks. Your weeks are going to line up with the syllabus. Week 1, it's got everything you need to do here. We've got the syllabus. Again, I'll add the video, which I haven't made yet. And then you have your Excel Kahoot. A little bit about the Kahoots. Each chapter is going to have a Kahoot. The Kahoot, most of the questions from those are going to, you're going to see them on some of your quizzes. So I think it's a really good opportunity for you to see if you know the material well enough before you take that quiz. So I would highly advise you to do the Kahoots. There's no prize for winning or participating, but it's just an extra study guide for you to make it a little bit more interesting. When we get into the weeks with chapters, we can see, I would suggest, so first thing you're going to do is you're going to read your articulate, which I'm going to go over in a minute. You're going to complete your Kahoot. Then you're going to watch the different videos, okay? So here we have our file, the Managing Revenue Expenses. That is where you're going to find your Excel worksheet. And then in the videos here, it's me going over those problems. So I would suggest that you open up the Managing Revenue Expenses in your computer, and then you watch the videos on something like a phone or an iPad or somewhere else where you can be working on those projects along with me. And then I've broken them down into just a couple questions in each video so that when you try and go back and find one, you're not sorting through 10 different questions trying to find that information. And then here we have the quiz here, and that's going to be the last thing that you complete. All right, so we can see all the different weeks are broken down just the same. All right, let's go back up to the information. First off, your frequently used formulas, okay? Well, actually, let's do articulate first. So articulate, this is your textbook, okay? This, I have gotten comments on my evaluations that students, basically that told me students didn't understand that this information was available for them, okay? You're going to open this up, and this is the whole course here, okay? So we can see our different chapters line up with the different chapters that we're working on. Okay, so let's look at managing revenue and expenses. We can flip through here, and this has the information that we would need, that it's kind of summarized from our textbook here. All right, it walks it through it. There is not a video with it, but this is something for you to read. It's got it's got different activities here as far as things that you can interact with. It has our formulas, revenue minus expenses each equals profit. Okay, so you need to be reading these prior to starting each chapter. All right, and so again, we have them for each chapter here. Then when we go back to our modules, we have our frequently used formulas. So we'll open this up real quick. And what the frequently used formulas are, I have gone through and I have put down all the formulas that you are going to need for this class. So I would suggest that you just print this out, and it's something that you make notes on, because as you go through all the chapters, I don't expect you to memorize all this. You know, I want you to refer to it. I want you to utilize this when you're doing your homework or your tests or your quizzes, or like, quite honestly, like when you go to your job, right? If math is something that's maybe a little bit, you might not have the knowledge as like of other people, or the quick thinking on percentages and quantities and things like that, I would definitely keep this in your back pocket with you, especially if you go into like food service operations. So again, I would print this out. I would just keep it with all of your other supplies for the class. All right, so that is everything with Canvas and the syllabus and Articulate. If you have any questions, please reach out, and I'm looking forward to a great semester.